Okay, so we're going to be talking about hand separation. And that's just the process of our hands separating. Hands separating. Let's talk about the hand separation process, but more importantly and more in depth, we're going to talk about the throwing arms, arm path during hand separation. How our hands separate is going to determine a lot about how our arm is going to move through rotation. We want to make sure our arm is moving through rotation as safely as possible, which also at the same time will in return give us the most amount of power, because we will be following a kinetic chain of energy whipping up and through our arm, having everything from our toes through our head helping with that throw, and not the arm having to do it all by itself. So the very first theme that we're going to notice is that more guys than not, when we go through this, the ball is just going to fall out of their glove. No matter where that glove may start at, the ball is just more or less just going to kind of fall out of that glove. Where the glove goes, we're not really going to discuss that part of the hand separation. Like we said, we're mostly going to concern ourselves with here, but even here we can see slightly different positions. More elbow up, thumb down, palm out. And we got more elbow across the body and palm facing inwards. So we're mainly just focusing, like we said, on the throwing arm. So the first thing is just kind of letting it fall out of the glove, get relaxed in that arm. And then we can kind of see the position that the hand is in. We got the palm, or where the baseball is located, behind us. So lefties, that'd be towards third base side of the field. Righties, that'd be the opposite. So we see the top of the hand is at us, is facing us, top of the hand's facing us. Now, regardless of where your arm may go during its arm path, whether it's going to go back, it's going to go back, or another way to look at it is that the hand is going to stay with the foot. All right, the hand's not really going backwards, it's just staying right where it's at. It falls out, boom, and now it's kind of just, if you imagine a line from there to there, it just kind of is staying on that line as it goes just up. Why is it going up? Because the elbow is loading it up. This elbow is loading it up into its scat pinch. You see over here with Brendan, same thing. It falls out and it kind of just stays there as the body proceeds down the mound, and then the elbow starts to bring it up through its scat pinch or scap load, however you like to see it or think about it as. And our scaps are our muscles around our shoulder blades. So if we pinch our shoulder blades together, those muscles that we're using to do that, those are our scap muscles. And we can notice as they're doing that scap load, the hand is now getting above the baseball. So the baseball is starting to face now to the ground, and the top of the hand now is to the sky. So it went from top of the hand facing first for lefties or facing third for righties, or the same direction my chest is facing, the top of my hand is facing as that ball falls out of my glove, as that ball falls out of my glove, trying to maintain that wrist position of top of my hand facing the same direction my chest is, or lefties, top of the hand is facing first, righties, top of the hand is facing third. Thinking about trying to keep that position with that wrist there, with that wrist still there. And then as we're scap loading, we're pinching those shoulder blades together and we're raising that hand up, it's going from that one position to just straight up. So now the top of the hand is to the sky and the ball is to the ground. And then through our last bits of lower body rotation, that's when the hand will flip up the rest of the way. Boom. And for the first time, we see it. Flips up the rest of the way. Boom. For the first time, we see it. At front foot strike. At front foot strike. So that way now, as the shoulders rotate, that's how we can go forward through rotation. That's how we're able to go forward through rotation. Let's go to some other examples. So we'll see Ohtani's. We'll pause it right there so we can see the ball is facing first base. The top of his hand is facing third. For the lefties, that would be ball facing third, top of your hand facing first. And then we look at Buehler, and we can see the same thing. Ball towards third, top of the hand towards first. We have Ohtani continue, and we can still see that that wrist is in that same position, and we will be able to get a check completely on that right there. Okay, so that top of the hand is still facing third. That ball is still facing, that palm is still facing first. We'll go through Buehler. First time we get to check is right here. Top of the hand is still facing third. Ball is still facing third. Both are very equally close in elevation to front foot strike. Both we can see are sitting in that hip, back hip, real nice and deep. Keeping that back knee back. All right, but again, this is about arm path. So we're going to see Buehler then as his back shoulder is doing its scap load. The hand is getting now above as Ohtani's back shoulder is doing its scap load. The ball is down, the top of the hand is to the sky. Right before front foot strike. So that way, as we get into front foot strike, boom. The ball is now towards third for righties. The ball will be towards first for lefties. So then right at front foot strike, boom. Let's see if we can get a better frame. But we can see ball is to third for the very first time, which then allows, as he rotates, to gain ground forward through rotation, gain ground forward through rotation. So we got three guys here now. Chris Archer, ball falls out of his glove. Greinke, ball falls out of his glove. Kyle Wright, winningest pitcher in baseball this past season. Ball falls out of his glove. All right, so the same thing right here. Top of the hand, top of the hand. Top of the hand is just extended on this type of angle versus more of a straight down. More of a straight down. This is just more of an extension. Another guy that's more like this is a Syndergaard. Is more of this style, but still same concept of where that wrist is at. Take Chris Archer through. Now. There we go. As that arm just kind of stays there as the body continues. Elbow getting into its scap load is what's bringing that hand up. So now those shoulder blades are pinching together, and that hand is getting above the baseball in terms of top of the hand to the sky, ball to the ground. We get Kyle Wright. Boom, same thing. That ball is just kind of staying. It's not going backwards. It's just staying right where that back foot is at. As the elbow scap loads it up. So that way, hand, top of the hand is to the sky, ball is to the ground. We go over to Greinke. Boom, top of the hand to the sky, ball to the ground. So that way now, as they get into front foot strike, ball flips up, so ball's to third. As we flip into front foot strike, Boom, balls to third. As Greinke gets into front foot strike, boom, balls to third. We all kind of got that 90-ish degree, 90-ish degree, 90-ish, 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 90-ish. Oh, I forgot to have them release out in front. So then they can release out in front. Boom. So they can release out in front and release out in front. Boom. Okay, now we can get them down. Okay. And get Edwin Diaz. Ball falls out of the glove. David Price. Ball falls out of the glove. And Sale. Ball falls out of the glove. Two lefties here. We got top of the hand to first, ball to third. And our righty, we got top of the hand to third, ball to first. Then we're going to see that hand on Diaz really gets back into a deep scapular abduction there. That's just his funk, his uniqueness, his deception. But then as hands coming up, now we get to the ball is to the ground, top of the hand is to the sky. We get Price going. Same thing we're going to see. Ball is to the ground, hand is going to the top of the sky. And Chris Sale, he's getting that arm way back there as well, like Diaz. And then he's the same way. Once he gets it up through that big time scapular reach, top of the hand is to the sky and ball is to the ground. So all these guys kind of different paths of getting there, but we're all getting to the same spot. So that way, as they get into front foot strike, boom, hand flips up, balls to third, hand's going to flip up, balls to first, hand's going to flip up, ball is to first. So then we can rotate out front. We can rotate out front and rotate out front. All right. Three other guys. AJ, ball just falls out of the glove. You see ball in the palm towards third. Top of the hand to first because he's a lefty. Looking at another lefty and Chapman. Ball is going to fall out of the glove. Top of the hand to first, ball to third because he's a lefty, and then Archie Bradley. Ball is going to fall out of the glove. Top of the hand is to third, ball is to first because he's a righty. AJ Puck's another guy, gets a really deep scapular pinch going, but that's during the time that the ball is going from the position it was in to now the hand is getting above the baseball as ball is to the ground. Chapman, same thing, get into a big scapular pinch. Then the hand's coming straight up, so the top of the hand's to the sky. Ball is to the ground, and then you got Archie doing the same thing. So that way, as that scap is getting loaded up, top of the hands to the sky, balls to the ground. So that way, as we get into front foot strike, boom, that hand is flipping up, ball to first for the lefty. Chapman, as he's getting into front foot strike, ball is flipping up to first base. And Archie, as he's getting into front foot strike, is flipping up towards third base. So that way they can rotate out in front. Can rotate out in front. Out in front. And they can rotate out in front. We got some more guys here. We got Kershaw. Ball is just going to fall out of that glove. Top of the hand to first. Ball to third because he's a lefty. Sanchez, the ball is going to fall out of his glove. The ball is to first. Top of his hand is to third because he's a righty. And then AJ down here, ball is going to fall out of his glove. The ball is to first. Top of his hand is to third because he is also a righty. So then as that elbow loads up into its scap load, you see the top of the hand now is above the baseball. Ball is below the baseball. As Aaron over here is getting into his scap load, but you see the top of his hand now is above the ball. The ball is facing the ground. AJ Burnett now, same thing. Holding that same position with the wrist until the scap load. Now the hand is to above the ball, facing the sky, and the ball is to the ground. So that way, as they get into front foot strike, the hand flips up, ball to first because he's a lefty. As he gets into front foot strike, the hand flips up, ball to third because he's a righty. And gets into front foot strike, the hand flips up, ball to third because he is a righty. Oh, forgot so he can rotate out in front. He can rotate out in front. Rotate out in front. Strosho, last guy. Ball is going to fall out of the glove. Ball's to first because he's a righty. Top of his hand is to third. Stays in that type of position. We can see here's another good example of a guy who just keeps the ball by, you could say, the rubber distance, back foot distance, and just lets it stay there as his body progresses away from it. As the elbows pinch, or as scap loads, or back shoulder scap loads, or we load the back elbow, whatever your thought process is or your key phrase, that's when the top of the hand gets above the baseball, facing the sky, and the ball is to the ground. So then as we get into front foot strike, the hand is flipping up. So that way, righties, the ball is facing third base side, and lefties, the ball is now facing first base side. So then we can rotate out in front, sending all that energy forward, not getting around it, not getting under it, cutting underneath it, getting straight through it.